Welcome back to the Cognac, Tequila, and the Girl Show. It's time to hang out with Rob, Mike, and Dunia. Whatever you don't want to say, they will with no chaser. Take a shot and let's have a drink. Is hashtag squad goals still a thing? Because they are. Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone.
Still doing the old school.
Yeah. Yes, since episode 1, it still sounded scratchy in your cup. Yep. We're back with Cognac, Tequila, and the Girl, and a special guest that I'll introduce in a second. We're at episode 179. I think. We've still been without power a lot, so I haven't been able to do my graphics and things. So just do it. I think 175. So almost hitting another milestone. But thank you for joining us again. Our special guest is, you can't see him if you're watching. If you're not watching yet, because I told you listen, then watch. It is my daddy. He's back.
Thank you for having me.
So welcome to A Wise Man Came to Houston, part 3 or 4. I don't know.
Part 3.
Tequila with it. I think it's 3.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming back. You have so many fans, so.
Well, they mentioned that. I want to mention my number 1 fan, Devin from Katy, Texas, is it?
No, she's close to Spring Woodlands, yeah.
Well, Woodlands, but she's my number 1 fan, so I want to acknowledge her. Hello, Devin.
Oh, brother. Anyways, as we do, you should know, but I'm going to remind you. Before we get into anything, I ask about everybody's week. So, Tequila, how was your week?
It was good.
It was good?
Yep.
That's it?
Yep.
I like the wordy ones. Tequila never shares anything. He'll give us a word, and that's it. You're lucky if he elaborates.
Well, we had dinner.
We
had dinner, about 2-3 months ago?
Yeah.
He elaborated quite a bit, so this is quite of a shock.
Yeah.
This maybe there's a couple of drinks that we had. He got loosened up.
Yeah, I had a couple of drinks. I saw the picture. Anyways, Cognac, how was your week?
Hot.
Okay.
Hot as hell. Out of power. At the office.
Thank goodness for generators.
Running on generators, but not for the office.
Well, not for the AC.
Well, yeah, not for AC, just for to keep the inventory good.
Yeah.
And a computer that can run said inventory to get out and be sold. And but it's frustrating too, because you got people in other parts of the state. Well, when am I going to get my order? When do we have power? We don't have gas here right now. So
That too. All right.
Interesting, I should say, I guess, but business, get it done.
Dad, how was your week?
For the most part, good. A lot of, my wife is not 100%. One of my daughters is not 100%. Then I just recovered from whatever it is I had. Interesting enough, overall it's good, so I'm not complaining. But I find it interesting. We deduced that the person that caused all this chaos was my granddaughter, who's just fine.
So y'all say.
Yeah, well, correct. That's what I was told, but I've got the reason to dispute it.
This is a Harper media outlet here, so.
In that case, everything was just fine. We had Harper for a couple of weeks out in California.
40 days.
I never seemed like that.
It was 40 days.
And 3 minutes.
She left the 8th of June and she came back the 18th. That's called 40 days.
40 days and
40 nights. And it's probably a couple hours on that, but go ahead.
But other than that, we're fine. Of course, we're happy to be here in Texas and happy to spend time with my family and loved ones. So I've got no complaints. Everything's good. It's all good, as a matter of fact.
Great. So my week, because nobody ever asks about mine. My week was great too. Harper's back. My family's here. Happy for that. On vacation. That's what the told me I'm on vacation. It's not really vacation. It's just hanging out with the fam. chilling out, relaxing as much as possible. We're getting back to the grind. As per usual. Something special did happen to me. My mom gave me my grandmother's ring.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it meant the world to me because it was her favorite ring. And I haven't taken it off since she gave it to me.
Wonderful. Oh, I didn't know that.
Well,
It's good.
I guess it was top secret. Because she's my number one fan.
I think it's wonderful. Nice.
Just kidding. Anyways, before we get into our worldly talks, we have 2 segments that we do. And we'll hit the first one.
Okay.
What the fuck with the girl?
Okay, so my what the fuck this week is, what is with, and now you know how I feel about you guys anyways, but what's with you Trumpies and the tampon maxi pads that you're wearing on your ear right now? That's pretty damn ridiculous. I mean, I watch a lot of cult shows, and come on, you guys. What the fuck? Like, I honestly, I'm bandaged a 6-year-old Splinter better than that, and y'all are using that as a prop. And my question is, so when kids get shot up by an AR-15, you're wearing AR-15 pins because you want to show how much you love that. Your president gets shot by an AR-15, you're wearing a fucking maxi pad on your ear. Make it make sense. So that's my what the fuck. Thank you for joining me.
What the fuck with the girl?
Next segment.
Now we start next.
Did you want me to put one on your ear?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I was thinking.
Sorry, I
thinking.
didn't let you answer.
My toe situation, which we kind of know about. It's like I would have been pissed off if y'all grabbed all the bandages. What do you mean they're out of bandages? Like my toe
You guys
really
are
about
really
to fall.
stupid. That's really
Anyway,
stupid.
sorry.
Next segment.
Joking with Cognac.
Okay.
So Dr. Dre saw 50 cents making a sweater. 50 cents making a sweater. And he said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, G-Unit.
My dad's not going to get that. Okay, so
50 cents was making a sweater. And Dr.
is it
Dre
his
said,
group?
G-Unit.
Or was it the record thing?
I don't get it.
Yeah, the group. It's the
Hey,
group.
no, I know.
The group is G Unit.
Right.
Okay, so Dr. Dre said G Unit, like G Unit, like a
Now I got it.
Making a
Yeah.
sweater.
That was over my head.
Yeah.
G-Unit.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Okay.
Once I got it, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
Okay, well,
That's not bad.
get it? Like Harper. See, that's where she gets it from. You get it?
Yeah, I get it. Very good. No, not bad at all.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. There's that, y'all.
I actually heard that yesterday on the radio.
Yeah,
I showed it too. Yeah.
Oh, you heard it?
I was out sharing. I didn't think you was going to say it. I was just going to share it as a good joke. I heard.
Well, there we go. A little knitting joke for everyone.
All the grandmothers out there. G-Unit.
not bad.
Anyhow, so let's chit chat. Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I can tell you what's going on. We started a business.
Yes.
I know you guys are all in business. I went on YouTube, but I know Mike knows about it.
This is our business, right?
Right, it's a business right here.
Yeah.
So, and it's a radiology staffing business. If you think traveling nurses, then you'd understand traveling X-ray tech. And we started that business, my wife and I, with support of our family. And as I remember my son telling me last year that we were talking about, you mentioned that the first 3 years, people don't show a profit for LLCs or small businesses. And that's true. You know, and we're learning a lot, we continue to learn, but we're off. We survived the first year, and we're off to a good start. You know, we survived the first year. It took us a while to get our first check from our contract. And of course, you know, you have to invest so much money of your own money if you don't have any backers, which we didn't. But we survived the first year, and we just recently got another contract. I'm pretty sure I told you.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you. And so we're off to our second year. I'll start my second contract when I get back to work August 5th. So, you know, we're really excited about it. You know the possibilities of it. You know, we still have to go a little further to turn a real profit. Because just because you get money, that's not profit.
Yeah.
You know, you have to make up what you've spent, and you've got to meet payroll and all these other things. So we're learning a lot, but we survive.
You have a lot of staff.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes,
a lot of
mention
staff.
that. Yes, it's just a one-man operation, so we don't have a lot of overhead.
Yeah.
So, which is good. Just one-man operation. All the profit comes to my wife and I. So we figure by our third contract, we should be ahead of the game and hopefully expand a little bit. Because as we're learning that to get employees, you got to offer them something. It's not just a one-way street. Why I want you. Why I have to offer you something to be able to want to work for me, whether it be a 401k, medical plan, or something. It's not just about the money these days. You know, people want their benefits. And so we haven't gotten there yet, but we plan on going there slowly and expanding, because all I need, frankly, is about 2 or 3 employees, and I really don't have to work. If I get 2 or 3 employees, I'm done.
But you have about 2 or 3 right now. You need some other employees.
Yeah, but they're not on the payroll though. They do it by the goodness of their heart.
Okay.
Yeah, but everything's going good. That's going good, yes.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
To the top. That's what I always say.
Yep.
Keep it going.
Thank you.
Yep. Anything new with you, Tequila?
No, but what was your childhood like, and how was your relationship with your parents?
Oh shit! I gotta answer that. Well, I got one
It's
over
for
here.
the table.
Is this a whole question?
It's for the
He
table.
wants
I
to
like
ask the
that.
question.
It's for the table.
He wants to ask questions.
Chit Chat.
All
I
right.
always ask
Chit
questions on Chit Chat.
Yeah.
I'll answer.
I'm not going first.
I'll answer.
Okay.
My childhood was very interesting. Believe it or not, I had foreign grandparents and a foreign parent, and so on and so forth.
Immigrants? You mean?
Huh?
Immigrants? You mean?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. They almost got shot in the ear one time.
Mm.
Well, one of them got shot like 6 times.
Yeah.
But there's here and over there. But it was just so funny how different that certain people act coming from different cultures, and dealing with that with fixed accents and stuff like that, where technically I'm mostly Texas. So people usually from Texas think are you from New York or something?
How was that your childhood? So you came from a multicultural background.
What was your childhood like? And what's your relationship with your parents?
Fun? Do you like your parents?
Well,
Not
okay,
the it
okay.
wasn't just give me your autobiography.
Let me zone this out then, I guess.
Zone it in.
Zone it in. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
So
Did you have fun?
I
as a
can't.
kid?
Yeah, because I always had a big heart, big spirit.
Yeah.
Took the blame for everything that happened.
Well, that sounds shitty.
And,
No, I'm
well,
sorry.
I mean, you know, like I was always the one that took the blame, whether it was from my brother, everything. I just went ahead and took the blame and just ran off and and whatever, you know. And that was kind of it. But I was also a freelance kid where I was self-dependable on myself to.
Well, some shit you just
Freelance or Lansky?
like where
Lansky or freelance?
I knew how to make 25 cents so I could play Street Fighter at the arcade down the street.
Independent kid.
Independent.
I mean, you know, and I knew how to get myself a slice of pizza. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, you
stuff
put it on
like
your
that.
mom's tab.
No. Well, no.
I'm just saying. I'll bring your mom on here. She'll tell you. You ran up the tab and she paid it every Friday.
She did, because I used to save all my pennies and stuff under, anyway. So, no, that being said, I mean...
You had a fun childhood.
I mean,
interesting childhood.
I guess interesting.
Well, because 3 other people at the end.
Learn how to shoot a gun young.
Oh, wow.
Learn how to, see my brother's ass get beat at Taco Bell.
Oh, wow.
Reaching for a gun that I knew was at.
Oh, my God. Sir. All right. That's not been zoned in. So he had an interesting childhood from a multicultural background. I'm going to summarize it for you. It was interesting. He has lots of stories. He's going to write a book, but not on this episode.
Okay.
And he loves his parents.
That's his relationship with his parents.
Yeah. Right? I don't know. But
No. The thing is, I always loved them. Like, I always, I used to find them funny. Like, my dad one time, I remember him chasing me.
Oh my God, no!
What's your relationship?
Okay, next. Okay, you find your dad funny. Okay. It's not childhood story time.
Okay.
It's literally
I had fun in my head.
Okay.
There you go.
One question and one question.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Next. Yeah.
Give me the question again, please.
What was your childhood like, and how was your relationship with your parents?
I'll start with the relationship with my parents first. I came from a single parent home, but my relationship with my mom, I think is great. I'm very close to my mom. I've always been a mama's boy. My mom she's not judged. Single parents don't get judged the same as two-parent households. They have to fill both roles. So my mom, I have a deep respect and appreciation for her. So to answer your question, I have a great relationship with my mom. And as I get older, the more I want to do for her, out of respect for what she did for me as a child and even to this day. Life growing up, as I reflect back on it, I found that I had to internalize a lot because I guess my formative years were spent in Compton before Compton became the threat that it was in the 80s. I had just left, but 77 to 75, 72 to 77, I was in Compton. So there's a lot of stuff that was going on that you have to deal with yourself. If you didn't come from a huge family where people were going to fight your battles for you, it was just me and my brother. So I was on my own, so I learned to internalize and fix things myself as best I could. Sometimes that required running to save my ass. Sometimes it required fighting. But my point is, you had to learn how to survive because I came from a working class background. My mother wasn't there. My mother was, when I say not there, because she was working. So, but even with that said, I think it was a good childhood, and even the good or bad things I wouldn't change, because a lot of stuff I learned, I reflect upon, I make sure I dealt differently with them. I think as parents, we look back on stuff, well, that worked, that didn't work. So as the kids got older, I tried to talk and not have a heavy hand with them, because the heavy hand was used on me as she got older. But I've always told this one that her being the first child, it was going to be much more difficult on her because I don't know how to be a parent. I don't know how to be a parent too. When she was 9 years old, she was the first 9-year-old I ever dealt with. When she was 10, 11, 12, 13, she was always the first. So I do recall, and in all fairness, she had it rough, more difficult than her sisters. That's a fact. But as they got older, I tried to get better and better. But my point is, I wouldn't change anything about my childhood because it helped me to be a better parent to my daughter. So in short, it was a good childhood. That's my answer.
You know?
So, My childhood was good. I'm gonna say it was good because, like, Mr. Rick came from a single parent home, came from real humble beginnings, but I didn't recognize that they were humble. You know what I'm saying? I was never without. I always had food. I always had a roof. I was the baby of 3, so I was kind of spoiled.
What?
And started in Arizona, ended up in Texas. Moved to Texas when I was 7, and moving to Texas, it was even much greater because more family was in Texas, more male cousins to interact with and stuff, more uncles, because in Arizona it was just my mother, 2 aunts, and their families. But my grandfather had 19 kids, so when we moved to Texas, all my uncles and they had big families, was like right down the street. So that made things a little even more better. As far as the childhood, you know, it was very eventful, very fun childhood. And I got a good relationship with my mom, I think. She lives with me, so we gotta have some type of relationship. I think because I was spoiled, listening to Mr. Rick, I think I do have some issues, but I think they just come from being a spoiled brat. And I'm a person with high standards and high expectations, so I just have some issues with my mother. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, pretty good.
On you know.
My childhood, I thought it was great. I mean, I thought I had some pretty dope parents. I mean, my dad has said he came in. For a while, I was from a single parent household, and my mom picked a fucking winner. Thank God.
Thank you.
Literally, that never made me feel any different. I joke with the discipline just because I'm the oldest and I watch the sisters do the things.
All true.
Like, what?
All true.
What? I wish I would have. I did less than that.
I was just joking, but it's true. But it's true.
But I mean, I get it. I get it. I was the first, and you have to learn. You're welcome, sisters. But no, I had a good one. I thought I had everything.
You had the Barbie
that I needed. Yeah, I had the house by Scott Harper. I got that because I remember having one that lit up my life as a kid when I was super cool. There was nothing that I wanted that I can't think of anything I asked for that I didn't get unless I was on punishment for something less than what my sisters did. True. But yeah, I got a good education. I got to travel the world. Thanks to my dad and his service. My mom left the military early on, so. But yeah, I met a lot of people. A lot of my family, that I call it, friends and family, is because I got to travel based on my dad working his ass off, being deployed.
That's nice to hear. You want to know that you did. There were errors made, and I'll be the first to admit that, but they were all out of love. But it's refreshing when I look at this child here, her success. It feels good. Her ability to get things done and how she turned out. It feels good to know that I had a hand in that.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It was her grandmother. There were other people that helped us with the Nia, because she was with her grandmother long before she was with me. So they are her Uncle Ralph, her cousins, everybody doted over this child when she was little. I remember us going to Uncle Ralph's house for a party. I remember all those incidents. I remember when I first met your family. So it's just good to hear that it wasn't all bad for you. That you know that your mother and I loved you madly. And like I said, we weren't perfect.
Honestly, I'm joking around. I mean, obviously, I remember getting spanked when spanking was a thing, and stuff like that, and punishments and stuff. But I did something. So yeah, I don't think of anything back in my childhood where I'm like traumatized by it like
good.
some
I'm glad to
people
hear
are.
that. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Your mother would be glad to hear that
Yeah,
too.
I don't think of anything like that.
Good.
I mean, I did it. So, and my relationship with my parents now, I love it. It makes me happy when I hear that they're proud of me.
Yes, very much, very much.
And my mom is obviously my best friend, but that's because we can talk about like tampons and
every day,
maxi pads and periods
Beards,
and vaginas and
Now
things.
she's doing that to annoy me.
Yeah,
that's why she's doing
so
that.
that's why I can talk to her every day. You know, if my butt hurts, I can't call my dad about my butt hurting.
Please don't.
So yeah, so that's why we talk every day because we're all older and we have these ailments and female issues and things. So, and me and my dad, we're cool.
Yes.
We're super cool.
Yes.
I love being around him. We're getting cooler. We do speak every day. I like that. I think he thinks because me and my mom are like this, he's not needed, but he is. I told him that, and I appreciate him. I love the way that he loves my mother. It makes me respect him so much. I love the way he loves his entire family.
I do.
Yeah. He's a really giving person in a good heart.
Thank you.
So that's my relationship with them.
It's pretty dope.
I like it.
Pretty dope.
They get on my damn nerves though, sometimes too.
So,
As I'm sure I get on nerves.
As parents do. As parents do.
And I'm sure I get on nerves.
I understand
That's
that.
that.
Fair enough.
so what's something about the modern day world that bothers you?
Crocs.
And what's something about it that brings you joy? So what's something about the modern day world that we live in that bothers you? And what's one thing about the world that we live in?
Facebook, internet, TikTok. Forgive me while I vent.
That
But
bothers
goddamn,
you?
yeah,
Okay.
goddamn. Everything shouldn't go on the fucking internet.
Right.
Now, I understand I come from a different generation, so I get it. But there was a time, especially in our culture, where we say, mind your business.
Yeah.
And we didn't put our business in the street. This shit, and again, I'm going to say it again. I know this is a vent. I know it sounds like I'm old because I am. I'm 62. But goddamn, everything that goes on in your life should be on the internet. And if you put it on the internet, you got to expect some blowback. You're going to have supporters. You're going to have haters. So don't be getting on the haters when they talk about the size of your baby's head, Paris Hilton.
Oh shit.
That's fucking ridiculous. You put that shit all out there, and then you get mad. But she ain't the only one.
Yeah.
People go out there and you talk about your personal lives with your spouse, your mate, things that, for my generation, that's private. All that shit should not be on the internet. However, in the same breath, it can be used for good. To keeping up with friends. Hey, we're going on vacation. Hey, this is what we're doing. It can be a positive experience if used correctly. But true to form, you put man in a situation where his morals and character get unchecked, he goes fucking crazy. And you're seeing that now. So that's what, I don't do social media, not because I'm against it, but because the things I want to share with my daughter, not call my daughter up, it ain't for the fucking world.
Yeah.
If I want to talk to Mike, I'll text Mike.
Yeah.
It's just not for the whole world. But I understand that we're living in another time. And that's just how things are. So I accept it, but I choose to keep it at arm's length. I'm happy with my interpersonal communication with my loved ones, and I'm cool with that. So that's my vent, and I understand I was venting, but...
What brings you joy? What brings you joy?
I think he was Walter Matthau and Grumpy Old Man.
What brings me joy? That same thing. We don't have to go any further than the social media. What brings me joy is when you, every now and then, my daughter or Tammy, somebody will send us something, and you say, "That's good.
Yeah.
You like to see that kind of thing." So it's the opposite side of the same coin. There's positives And it's niggas, but a lot of this stuff I get, I don't even bother watching. I don't like seeing people misbehave.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you send me something where there's a well-behaved child. That's nice to see.
Yeah.
I hate when people send me videos of kids like cursing
Right.
or rapping something. It pisses me off. I'm like, that's not cute.
Right. Go ahead.
That's, I 100% agree with you on that. It's like, so you know the baby pictures back in the day?
Yes.
When the boyfriend would come over and be like, look at, she was in the bath this time.
Yes,
like
yes.
that, you know?
Right.
So you're just posting her just showering, bathing, on stuff. So it's almost worse.
He thinks
Yeah.
it's gross.
It's
and I do
cute.
too. Like
It's
putting,
not cute.
like people creating
It's not cute.
internet
Or
or social
accounts
media
for
page for their
kids.
kids and
Yeah,
putting pictures
that's not
of them
cute.
and stuff.
How
That's
do you
not their
know-
choice.
How do you know that's not their choice? How do you know at this age that she's not going to grow up and be like, why would you have done that? Mom, I'm suing you. I'm suing you.
That's true.
I'm going to take the house over because why would you do that?
I did find that weird.
Like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I agree with you 100%. You can't do
What
that.
do you like in the modern world, not the modern world?
So, what bothers me about this modern world that we live in is how we misuse freedom. How we misuse the word freedom. We got too many unchecked liberties. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm gonna call it, unchecked liberties. Nobody's held accountable for their actions. Everything's okay in the name of freedom, or I got the right to do this, I got the right to do that. You know, there's no boundaries for us as a collective.
Well, technically, that's called anarchy.
Regardless of what it's called, that's just
I'm saying
that's in the modern. To answer the question for me, that's my answer. Call it what you like. For me, I'm just gonna call it do what you want to do. Just do what you want to do.
In the name of freedom.
Yeah, in the name of freedom, we use freedom as an excuse.
Well, can I?
And
Answer.
yeah, because you can answer.
No, I had a.
No, he's saying you can give your own answer.
And
Let
then,
him answer.
What brings me joy? Because we still have the opportunity to make change. Everybody got an opportunity to make a change, to make a difference. Every day they wake up in the world. We haven't lost opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless how bad things may seem sometimes, it's from my point of view, everybody still have opportunity to make a difference and to make a change. You don't have to sit there and wallow in it and accept it.
Right.
You had an opportunity, if you had the capabilities, mental, physically, financially sometimes, and even if not, you still had opportunity to make a different decision and do something different and get different results in your life. So that's what brings me joy.
Okay, so what's your answer now?
No, my answer was, every country has different laws. So.
So is this what bothers you about the modern world?
No, I'm saying that.
Well, we didn't. It wasn't an opinion piece. You know me. I'm here to keep everyone focused.
All right, cool.
What bothers you about the modern world right now?
Oh, I kind of.
Okay, so the same thing as my dad.
No,
so what brings you joy about the modern world?
No, the
That's
modern world.
question.
The modern world. I'm going to say that the modern world. It's you have to learn to it, and I'm scared for like open internet stuff. Like you said, you can just boom, just.
Okay, what brings you joy?
What brings me joy is the modern world. You can learn anything you want, anytime, any day. So,
I remember Andrew. It's funny. Not funny, but you mentioned that you can learn. The last 10 years, I've been
depends what you look up.
in a learning mode. And it's due to modern technology.
Yep.
The documentaries on YouTube, which I watch almost every day, the books I read, due to Kindle and the Audible books. So that's a good point. You know, you can learn. You don't have to listen to any. Well, yeah, you're right. Of course, it depends on the source and what you want to learn. All true, but that's a good thing. And I didn't cut you off, but I certainly agree with that. You can learn anything you want to learn. You don't have to listen to anybody's opinion. You can find out the facts and go from there. Facts. Anyway, sorry to cut you off.
No.
Please go ahead.
That's what I said. It's like a.
When's my answer? When's my turn?
Go ahead. I thought you said.
Okay. So what bothers me about the modern world is the ignorance that we still all have.
For what?
And that's on display so
they don't want to believe what they
poignantly
right.
right now. And it scares me. It scares me for the children. There's a lot of kids in this world that I love, and well, I love all the kids, but yeah, that scares me. The ignorance.
It's like you can see it.
The racism.
Yeah.
Like I feel like before me and my grandmother also talked every week, and she was just baffled by seeing some of the same shit she saw as a child. That they fought so hard to not see. And I'm sad that she went out not knowing that fuck that was going to change. What brings me joy about the modern world is I do think that they're inherently good people, and I know a lot of them raising really good kids. And that makes me happy.
Amen. I like that. I like that. Especially the ignorance part. Because you're right, you know, and I would always hope that you kids, my daughters, would spend time with their grandparents to know how things were, so that you know how good we do have it. Yeah, we still have issues. The ignorance, as that's all true. But in order to, you have to know about the past in order to appreciate where you are, to make it all to a conclusion. Okay, with things we don't have separate bathrooms. We can go to any waterfalls we want to. We can live anywhere our pockets will take us. That's all true. But there was a time that wasn't true.
Yeah.
But she would know that talking to her grandparents.
Yeah, when America was great to some.
Amen. Well, that's true. That's valid. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So.
And it was a time when you can do it now. I remember in Arizona being tormented because of the side of the street we lived on. Yeah. I mean, we could afford to live there, because we lived there.
Right.
Shit, they ain't like it.
Yeah.
And I know people to this day that experienced it in this decade. You know, home getting spray painted on it, shit like that.
Like you said, you're right.
But on something to piggyback, not to piggyback off the news, but I remember not wanting kids. God bless me with one, but because the way of the world, I didn't think I had what it had to bring a kid up in this world to be successful. I just thought there's just too many challenges in this world, and I just don't have what it takes to give a kid what they gonna need to be successful in this fast changing world. And it seems like it's changing for the worse, not the better. That's probably why I don't have biological kids, because I always said I don't have what it takes to give a kid what they need to be successful.
But
based off of some of the mistakes and shit that I went through, I just said.
But let me say that to say that that's really deep. Every generation says, man, the 70s were better. Man, the 80s were better. Man, the 90s were better. So on and so forth. So I don't know why you can't give a child the benefit of the doubt till you can see what they're gonna be and successful at. or whatever.
But we're
That's
talking,
like a defeat.
but we're talking about collectively as a whole.
Well, I know.
Because the 70s were cool for my dad because he was young.
I know that.
And
but
listening to music, shooting dice and shit.
And he doesn't like trap music.
But his experience was also different 70s experience than your mom or your dad.
Yeah.
Depending on where they grew up or the color of their skin or anything. You know, I mean, your dad is, you know, but that's what we're talking about just as a whole. I mean, yeah, I'm right now feel like I feel like an old motherfucker because the music his son listens to, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
What are they even saying? You know, like music, yeah, okay, cool. But collectively as a, like, our the United States of America shit is a little off. It's a little froggy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to go back to the 80s maybe, but some people don't want to go back to the 80s because the crack was whack then. Or the 90s and because AIDS was crazy. You know, like you don't know. I mean, everybody just has their own decades where they're like, that was cool. Like I thought the 90s was cool because my dad was still paying for me. You know, I thought I had it hard in the 90s. But this bill paying is crazy. Right. You know, like
all right.
This responsibility shit is for the birds.
Yeah. All right.
I'll take that punishment for that seat.
All right. So I'm gonna give out a shout out to Dave Chappelle. He said that. He goes, I would have never gone through Cleveland, Ohio, downtown, and see all these white crackies. All the white crackies. So then the change.
Yeah, things change.
Right.
What's the next question? I like your thought pieces.
Okay.
It's interesting.
I had a good one.
Okay.
Is there a secret that you have in your life that if it was to come out, that would change the whole course of your current life? No, just change the course of your life today. If I find out is there a secret if I find out about you today, will it change our whole entire relationship?
Let me answer first. I got an answer. Probably. But you ain't found it out yet. That's my answer. Next.
I need to do some investigating. This is a book on the phone like that.
That's my answer. Anybody else? You got one, Dad? Don't tell it.
Sure. No. I'm sure.
Don't mess up what we got going on.
Wait, we won't say nothing. Mom will listen to the episode long.
Yeah, I mean, being human, I'm sure that there's something that somebody it would if they found out would affect our relationship. Yeah, so that's true. And that's the reason why it's a secret, because I don't want it to affect anybody I know. So yes,
that's right.
That's true.
And next, that's when you go. And next,
I don't think.
I can't think of one. But next,
knowing the people in this room, I don't think that I have any secrets that will change our relationship. Now, if it was a different room, different audience. Mm-hmm. It may be different, but this audience.
Well,
political answer.
Look for president.
There's a sniper on the roof over here slamming.
What's your answer? Next. I don't think anybody can say no. What's the answer?
I mean, to change the dynamic of a relationship.
Not a relationship. Like
just the way everybody look at you.
It would change the course of your life. Like somebody would find out this secret, and then you'd have a bad relationship with your parents, or a bad relationship with your boss, or your coworkers, or
even
your wife, or your kids.
Whatever.
You got some.
I got a lot of them, but
okay. All right, then next. Tell one. Look, tell one. Since you want to talk so much. about to change it. Next
I
question.
don't like rules.
Next question. if you can erase the bad memories from your mind, would you?
Yeah.
You would?
Hell yeah, I would.
I would.
I wouldn't.
Well, can you pick which ones?
Just say bad memories.
If I can,
Well, I have
if I can
narrowed
pick
down
some,
one.
then yeah.
I have a narrow down.
But if they all were erased, then no.
Yeah, not all of them, but I would narrow down.
There's some I would like to.
Because we have a conscience for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and that bad stuff helps shape who we are today.
I agree.
So as painful and believe me, and I'm sure we all got our individual stories, but as painful as some of that shit is, I wouldn't change it.
Well, I walked in on my parents one time and closed the door with them. So, I mean, I don't think that would affect me that much.
I reminded of your sister.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah, and ran to my sister and said, "You know what I saw? Because why should that? You know, I don't think that memory erase is going to affect my life in any way, shape, or form."
But then that taught her ass a lesson about knocking bars into people's room. She learned a valuable lesson that day. That's what Ricky. She learned a valuable lesson that day by walking in without knocking.
Yeah.
So that was traumatic for her, but so bad.
But also me.
I remember this.
No. What you did was you closed the door, but that's not abnormal. Like your door is usually open or closed, depending if you're getting in the shower or not. But you guys leave your windows open because Mom don't like to run the air conditioner, and I'm just minding my business outside, and so that's okay to erase that.
Yeah, that's okay to erase that.
Yeah, so
that's okay.
It wasn't a good memory. So if I can pick and choose, sure. The webworms from a couple weeks ago. I'd like to erase that out of my memory.
True.
Yeah.
Selective.
Or maybe not. Maybe you're right, Dad, because now I still need to remember I need to cut those trees down.
Oh, there we go.
I'll leave it. Anyways, next one.
Okay, this will be the last one.
Okay.
How do you want to be remembered?
When my mother-in-law passed away, I was at her bedside, and I was talking to her son, Mike, and I was telling him that every day that we're alive, we're writing our obituary. Every day. It's unavoidable. And I remember telling him that I've got nothing but good things about his mom, her grandmother, who lived with us. Because I don't think she realized it, most people don't. You have to ask yourself that when you go and people are speaking over you, do you want them to lie or do you want to tell the truth? Because people in the audience know you and they know they're sitting up there telling the truth or they're telling a lie. So how do I want to be remembered? Quirky. I got my own sense of humor. I got my own way of doing things. But a man who loved his family fiercely, who put my family's needs above my own. Not perfect, made plenty of mistakes. But if they just say Rick really loved his family and he did the best he could, which is true, I can live with that. I try every day. I fail a lot. I try to be the best person I can, but I fail. But it's not because I lack of effort. It's because I'm human. So to answer your question, I'll be content with Rick really loved his family. Anything else, I really don't go. War and P-Funk. But other than those two.
That'll be his spiritual hymns.
And my kids will know that my dad really loved us. Everything else, they'll be able to deal with. Whatever anybody else says. But she'll know that my dad did his best and he was a good man. All my children will know that. My wife will know that. You guys will know that because you know me now.
Yeah.
But that's how I want to be remembered. Somebody who really loved his family with all his heart. And I'll be content with that. I really would.
With pink fuzzy dice on his
With big, on my pink caddy.
Yeah. Cognac?
That's a good question.
Do you want to come back to you?
No,
Something to think about, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I would just want to be remembered that I've met with a lot of family members, and they always appreciated me, even when I came in as they were supposed to just hate me or like whatever. That it's corny, but they actually were like, wow, who's this person I met just now? This is the person I want to talk to every time I'm in need. Every time I have a problem, he's the one I'm reaching out to. And I'm still dealing with it to this day. This is 20 years later.
So you want to be remembered as
like just supportive, like just
person people can go to.
Basically.
All right.
Like,
I like that.
I mean, yeah.
You never thought about it before, have you?
He doesn't. Well, I'm saying he doesn't have no bad.
There's no malice in his
There's no malice to me.
All right.
I'm not trying to. They know I'm not trying to take advantage of your depression. I'm not trying to take malice off your sadness.
Okay.
I'm trying to help you help you.
So that's what you want people to say about you. We're talking about what you want them to say about you when you're in your casket. And he would like DJ Screw or Cash Money played at his.
Yes.
Funeral. Yes. Okay.
Keisha, I want Keisha.
Oh, or Tequila. Do you want to go?
How I want to be remembered.
Have you ever thought
I
about
wanted. No, I never thought about it. I always thought about that, and I'm quick to tell somebody that your name is all that you have. You know, because people used to call me Slim and Big Mike and all that. I'm like, look, my mama named me Mike. You know what I'm saying? If I don't tell you to call me something, don't call me nothing other than Michael or maybe Mike.
Sure.
Because when I'm dead and gone,
Yeah,
that's all I'm leaving here. Is my name. You know what I'm saying? And so what's tied to that name when you're thinking about Mike, I just want people. I want to be remembered that if you put God first and you don't quit, you can achieve anything in life. Just remember, think about me, think about that. That's how I want to be remembered. That
Right.
he never gave up. Made some changes in his personal life, made some changes in other people's lives, and he did that by just believing and never giving up.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, me, kind of maybe a collective of what you guys have said. What I value about myself is what I want to be remembered, and I value myself to be a very loyal person. If I rock with you, I rock with you, like till death. You can do a whole lot of horrible things, but if I rock with you, I rock with you. And I love the shit out of my family. I love the shit out of my family. And I say family, which may sound like an insult because like I said, I have a pretty cool family, but I moved around a lot. And then I also left my family to come to Texas. So I had to build a circle around me. And yeah, that I always have your back. And kind of when you brought up my grandmother, a lot of people didn't know her in her prime that spoke ill of her or were impatient with her. I knew that lady in her prime.
That's right.
So there wasn't really shit you could tell me about her in her elderly age because I don't know what the hell I'm going to be like in my elderly age. And anybody talking terrible about her doesn't know what they're going to be like in their elderly age. And I know that she loved her family. And that's why everyone was there and saying the things that they said about her. So I don't know. Just remember me from what's facts and not your opinion. And that's important to me. You can feel whatever type of way you want, but remember that I loved you. Because you wouldn't be there. Because I've already have a list of people that are not allowed to be there to lie. And boo-hoo and cry over me. I got my list together.
Good.
Don't you get up there lying. Yeah. Anywho, thank you for the questions, Tequila.
They were great questions.
Awesome.
Every one of them were great questions.
Loved it.
And now we're going to get into our third segment of the evening where we take 3,000 things about us. You have that magnificent book titled 3,000 Questions About.
There's a pen. The pen and
Well, he's going to tell it. Just give him the pen.
just random.
Tequila.
Oh,
Tequila has to explain it.
You got it.
No.
Tonight is on Mr. Wise Man from the West.
All right. Oh, first of all, I need to give a shout out to my number one fan, Devin.
Oh my God.
My girl,
Gosh.
my number one fan.
You did.
Yeah.
You did already?
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah, you did.
Please don't edit that. That's my number one fan. Miss Devin, I love that girl.
You did.
Okay. Oh, here's a good one.
Give the number.
Oh, 1,269.
No, put
1269.
Put a star by it.
Right, we'll
Something
do.
so we know we asked that already. All right. What's the question?
All right. Are you good at owning your mistakes? It sounds something you would ask. Are you one more time? Are you good at owning your mistakes? I like that.
I think I'm too good at it.
What?
Yeah, because sometimes I'm so good at it that it may not even be my mistake. I just always look for my fault in the situation. And depending on who in the situation, they might let you just take all of it when all of it ain't yours. So, but I'm always, it's just habit to see where I'm wrong in it and see what I can fix and change wherever I drop the ball. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm good with it. As long as you're not just making up a mistake. I'm good with it. I'll be like, oops, my bad, I did do that. But I don't know, I'm in a unique situation, even like with like work and life.
Professional, personal.
Where, yeah, like, I'm just a fact-based person. So, I get a lot of, you did this, when I'm like, okay, but I did not, as you can see, that type thing.
Right.
So I'm going to look for,
If you made it.
yeah, if I made it first. And if I did, then yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not
I
perfect at all, by any means.
I agree. I just had to do a hot shot because I made a mistake when I missed the message.
So do you agree that you own up to your mistakes?
I own up to my mistakes and I suffer for them because I had to. But it worked out for me because I ended up delivering myself. And
That's a mediocre mistake.
well, I mean, not really.
Yeah.
So
And I have a lot of mistakes that I made that people don't know, that I feel are mistakes on my own, that I hold on my heart, that are heavy and stuff. So, yeah. Nobody can tell me I don't, or I think I'm perfect, or whatever they've created in their brain that I am.
So we're gonna call somebody.
You didn't ask.
I
My bad.
tried to.
Or answer. It's not asking.
Not always, truth be told, sometimes I've got to be led to the water. Again, being human, and it's oftentimes hard to look in the mirror. It's hard to take a bullet that you shot. That's hard. So I can't say that I'm very good at it. I can't say that I do try to own my mistakes, but sometimes it takes me a day or two to get to that mistake. So it's not automatic for me. I can't say that it is. I try, but I can't say that I'm good at it. That wouldn't be true.
All right.
Yeah. it's something that I even try to. Me and my son talk about it all the time. I tell him that's I throw it into forgiveness. You got to forgive yourself. Mm-hmm. You got to be honest with yourself, and you can't just point the finger at everybody else. You got to look at your role in the situation and see what you could have done different if it went bad. Just to move forward in life.
But here's the thing. So, can I elaborate? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're always going to elaborate.
I'm sorry.
He's the elaborator.
I'm sorry. Here's the thing.
Short story long.
Don't ask me for help if you're not giving 100% truth. I need to know what's going on. What are the facts?
What does that have to do with mistakes?
I'm saying
that's just an annoyance.
But don't make a mistake.
That's just a fucking annoyance.
And just ask me for help.
Yeah.
I need to know why did this happen.
We got it. Yeah. We got it. I gotta call somebody.
Yeah, see, I'm different because you can ask me for help, and I don't care what happened.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I know if you came to me for help, you really need it.
That's very true.
Because it takes balls, and not humility.
That's very true.
Somebody.
It depends what it is.
No,
I mean, just anybody not gonna come ask me for help.
Yeah.
I have to make a phone call.
Just anybody not walking up and asking for help. So,
all right. Yeah. Like
is that part of the shirt?
If I call Mike.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
You're on air.
How can I help you?
Hi. I was just wondering, what is your favorite thing about your husband?
Oh my God.
And if you say something nasty, I'm going to hang up in your face.
His kindness and his gentleness.
Aww.
And how much he loves me. He shows me how much he loves me every day.
Okay, thank you so much.
That was 3 things.
Oh. And does he need to pay for all 3?
And he's fine as hell.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, we'll see you in a little while.
Thank you,
Mommy.
Thank you.
Love you.
That was good.
All right, thank you guys for listening. We love you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Daddy, for joining us again.
My pleasure.
And now, when you're bored on a Saturday, we can call you and you can give us facts. And so, okay, nobody cared to.
The Parliament Funkadelic.
I promise you.
George Clinton, the Aqua Boogie.
Oh, God.
Are you still recording? Because I got a lot more.
I wish you
Cosmic
wasn't.
Slop, P-Funk. I'll try to do that.
All right.
That's a dope shirt. I like
You guys
that
think,
shirt.
oh, brother. Oh, he's going to send you the whole pajama set and the shirt. Now that you said that. I don't want one. I just want you to say that.
like
Thank you.
I'm okay
right.
too.
Yeah. We love you guys so much.
Thank you for having
keeping
me.
us going this long. And Chit Chat. So keep your phone by you. If I call you on a Saturday around 6 o'clock, well, depends when Tequila shows up. I know you're home with mom there, so I might have a question to throw at you.
That'd be nice.
All right. Well, I'm not going to pay you for it, though, because we're still LLCing, and we need, like...
3 years short.
Yeah.
We need Carl Jr. money.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
Mom said that was 3 things.
Baby, you ain't got no lawn. You are such.
That's it for this week's episode of Cognac, Tequila, and the Girl. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. As always, we'd love to hear your feedback. Follow us on all the social medias. Leave your comments and reviews. Until next week, keep safe and keep your squad close. Thanks for hanging out.